This is my review of the charging night table. So first off, it's made out of a particle board, and then it's got kind of this laminate on top. But overall, I mean, it's seems reasonably good quality as far as those things go. It's got two drawers and an open bottom, so you can just store whatever there. And it's got these sort of nice metal handles on the drawers. The one issue I had with the drawers is they have pretty good tracks. They're all full metal, but it sort of snaps in. So it goes right to the end, and then you'll notice there's about maybe about 4 millimeters or so, and then you have to kind of push it in, and then it'll sort of lock into place. But when it is locked into place, it's pretty firm. So if I pull it, you can see I can't actually like push it back in all the way without moving it. And if I pull it slowly enough, it kind of moves the whole thing away from the wall. So if you have it on a hard surface, it seems like it'll slide around a little bit. I'm going to have it on carpet, so I don't think it'll be as big of a deal. But just kind of keep that in mind. The bottom of the drawers have the same sort of finish as everything else. It's just that it's about this thin or so, so maybe about 4 millimeters or so. So just keep that in mind, because I think if you put anything too heavy in there, I've had problems with these ones popping out. If it was like a thicker board, then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But then again, the drawers are fairly small, so chances are you're not going to be putting anything too heavy in there, so perhaps that's fine. So off on the one side here, we have a USB charger. So you can see it's got the nice little USB logo on the top. It's got a blue light on the bottom, and one USB-A and a USB-C outlet. And this can be put either on the right or left side. So this is the other side, and it does only come with one of them, so you can just pick your side, and then you have this little white plug that you can put into the side where you didn't put the charger in. So just doing a quick check on the USB-C port, you can see that it supports sort of the more basic inputs and power delivery 3.0 up to 22 watts. So it doesn't support quick charge 2 or 3 or the Samsung or Huawei charge protocols. But it is nice to that it does support power delivery 3.0. I wasn't actually expecting it. Usually these type of ports don't really support pretty much anything other than the two most basic. As you can see, testing the USB-A port, a similar story, no power delivery, and only the two most basic charge protocols. And this just basically means that you're not going to be able to fast charge your phone if you're using this output using sort of most devices. Did a bit of testing with this with a load tester, and I was able to get about 19 watts. As soon as I go to anything higher, like say 20 watts or so, it just kind of shuts down. So I guess I can demonstrate if I just crank it up a little bit higher. You can see that the watts are just kind of, the power is just dropping off. Now I'm only getting 14 watts, and the voltage is dropping off, and then eventually just stops providing power. So again, 19 watts seems to be about the max you can get from this output. Moving on to the top of the unit, it has a glass top. It's about maybe about 3 millimeters thick, so it looks reasonably sturdy, and this works as both a light and a wireless charge station. When it's plugged in, you get this kind of nice white light for the power button, and to turn it on you can just tap it, and then it has a bunch of different color temperatures you can go through, and you just keep hitting the power button to cycle between them. So one thing I found a little bit annoying is there's no quick way to turn it off. So if you have this setting here and you want to turn it off, you're going to have to cycle through all the different modes. So it's a little bit annoying sometimes, like because you might sort of tap it one too many times, and then you have to go through sort of the entire cycle again. One additional feature is once you have it on, if you hold down the power button, you can change the brightness. So hold it down again, you can see that it gets a little bit dimmer, and holding it down again, it will go bright, and that will work for, you know, the various color modes. And in the very center we have the charge pad for wireless charging. So you'll notice if you put your phone off to kind of either side or on the top or on sort of the bottom, it's not going to work. So if you're thinking you could put maybe like 3 phones side to side or something like that, that's not actually the case. You kind of have to get the center of your phone or wherever the charge pad is on your phone over the sensor here. So once I move it over, you can see it gets noticed, and it did come up as fast wireless charging, so that's pretty nice to see, versus just kind of like the standard charging. So right now I'm testing this with a Samsung Galaxy phone. I believe this is S20. So you'll just have to keep in mind if you have like a lamp or other accessories on here, and if you're planning to use the charge area, you'll just have to make sure that you you know, keep it uncluttered enough that you can just kind of throw your phone on there. So moving all the way down to the bottom, one more thing that it has is a little light on the bottom, and it just sticks on here with some magnets, so you can easily sort of take it off and remove it. One thing I didn't like about this, despite this having all these different accessories and power, this is only run by battery. So you're going to have to actually take this off periodically, and there is a micro USB-C port on the, or sorry, micro USB port on the side, and you can use that to charge it. And you'll notice here there are 3 different settings. So one is always on, and the last one sensor. So you can see that there is a little sensor here. So in theory, yeah, there we go. If you walk by or something like that, it'll turn on for about 30 seconds. That's probably the most useful way of setting this up, just because, again, if you have it on all the time, it's pretty inconvenient to go under here and turn it on and off. And if you leave it on for too long, the battery will die and you'll have to recharge it. The other thing I noticed is it doesn't have a light sensor on it, so the motion sensor will just go off anytime during the day, not just at night. So that's a little bit unfortunate, because that would be also a good way of saving battery. So let's just test it out. I have it on auto sensing, so there you go. You can see that I walked by and it went on. So right now this is going for about $137 Canadian, and I got the white wood grain, but it also comes in black walnut and black elm. Oh, and the one thing I forgot to mention is there's a power cord. It just kind of comes out of the top, and there is an adapter included. So overall, I do think it's a pretty unique, cool looking table. If you're not interested in the additional charging features, there's probably cheaper items on the market. But if you are, I guess I do think it is sort of neat. I haven't seen too many other things that look like this, so it's kind of hard to say if it's in the right price range or not. But I would say overall, I mean, the build quality is reasonably good. I kind of wish that the drawers would kind of pop in and out a little bit smoother. I thought it was a little bit of a miss that this doesn't get plugged in. You have to remember to recharge it. But the top did charge fairly well. It did do fast charging, and it's really nice to have the option on the side there with the 2 USB ports. But overall, I would say it's a pretty cool looking unit.
So you can see that this has already been used. It's in use right now. Let me move this off for you. So this is great. You just push there. You can see that. The light there. It's got the plugs on this side for us, so it's right beside the couch. And then we've got these nice drawers. You can see I've got quite full. Oh, and a book my friend read. If you're looking for a book, this is a lovely book about a woman's life coming from Jamaica as a child here to Canada by Faith Tull. It's on Amazon, so I'd highly suggest that you look at that. Wonderful book. Just a wonderful journey about somebody's life. Anyway, moving on to the review of this. That was a side note, and this is nice. It just closes like that, and you've got another drawer here. we've got some stuff in here. Right. That is. Oh, this is a cleaner that comes with the desk so that you can clean the top. That was a nice little touch. And it also came with a nice little light. I haven't put it on yet, but you can put it on the bottom piece so that, and it's got a plug in. It's magnetic if you want some light on the bottom piece. And then here's the bottom piece here, and you can see it's quite deep, eh? But it's a nice little cabinet. I'm really enjoying it. Anyway, so there you go. Highly recommend it. We use it every day, as you can see by my drink on top.
So this is the cabinet that we assembled. This first drawer moves smoothly and looks pretty aligned, but the second drawer, if you can see, is a little crooked. I have to apply some pressure, some force to open it. Sometimes I even have to put my foot down and like pull a little harder because it pulls the whole entire cabinet. But I don't have it plugged in right now. Give me a second. But this light works, and it does do charging, but you have to have your phone completely flat. So if you have a pop socket or anything, it might mess things up. Yeah, but it works on iPhones and on Android phones.
So this is a cleaner. You see the liquid inside. So here's a city body.